What's up, guys and girls and everybody in this crazy washer and dryer game? Or if you're interested, I'm a little different. I'm not in my washer and dryer clothes tonight. Me and Jenna, me and my wife, are actually at a hotel, and so I want to talk to you about passive income and if this business is passive. Let me show you. There she is. Got her coffee. This is our most expensive coffee shop so far. Just our hotel. So. This is $150 coffee right here. Anyway, so is this business passive? Do we have to be home all the time or be working all the time, or can we go out and have fun doing, husband and wife things or family things or whatever it might be? And so, kind of wanted to break down a few of those things that people ask me when I get phone calls or when I get Zoom calls, and people ask, how passive is this business? And there's some videos of people doing like, oh, I make thousands of dollars. It's so passive. And while you can make money doing this business, I really want to go over how passive is it. So the good thing is customers right now, while I'm at a hotel with my beautiful wife, they are renting our washers and dryers. So we are out having fun, and they are having fun washing their clothes, Of course, why wouldn't you have fun doing that? And so that part is passive. People are still renting, payments are still coming in, washer and dryers are still sitting at people's houses, so that part is passive. But there's other things that come up with the business. For one, things like repairs or new installations. Although getting sales is amazing and getting new sales is like the adrenaline rush for me, that's when it's not passive. That's when you have to take a step back, and when everybody else is having fun swimming in a hotel or playing a card game with their family, that's when it's not passive. And when you have that text from a guy that his washer's not working or his dryer's not heating, or you have that phone call, saying, hello, I'm interested in renting a washer and dryer from you. Although those things are okay, and especially getting the lead is okay, that part is not passive. And so how often does that happen? How often do we get leads? How often does stuff break down? How often do you have to go fix things? How much time does it take fixing those things? How much are you gone from the business or from your house with your family time? And so those are just a few things I wanted to talk about tonight, and just not too long of a video here, but just go over. So before I do that, if you guys want to comment anything, you guys have questions, you want to see more videos, comment down below, subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and if you want to email me, if you want to be like, I want to do this business, I want to know everything there is about it, you can email me and I'll get on a Zoom call with you. We'll talk for an hour or something. I always say an hour, usually is a little bit more, but I can talk about this for 10 hours probably. So anyways, now let's explain what actually happens, when I'm not working. The customers use them. They pay us a monthly subscription. I tell people it's like Netflix. It comes out of your account automatically, and you can use it whenever you want. And so I don't have to deliver them day after day, month after month to the same customer. I don't have to sell to the same customer every single day. I don't have to make anything, manufacture anything. And so those are the pluses. That's just the beautiful part about this business. Like, for instance, if you have a lawn mowing company, you have to go mow their grass every week. Every week you got to be there. If you don't show up, you don't get paid. Where this business, your units are there, but you don't have to be there every week. And so that's the positive thing about the washer and dryer rental business. And so if I'm gone at a hotel for 2 nights with my wife, people can still wash their clothes. And so that's what's so good about it. But to say that, here's where we can get in trouble if we say it's just passive, it's all passive. I wouldn't agree with that all the way. I wouldn't say it's passive. And the reason is because units break down. Um, we have new leads, new customers need installations. Some people have to move and we have to close their accounts. And so then, our numbers are down, then we got to raise our numbers back up. And some people just stop paying. That does happen. I've had a lot of comments on that, and I send people to collections, or I'll do repos. And if, like I said, I do a video on that sometime. You guys, if you really want to know like the nitty gritty, I recommend the Zoom call, or send me an email, because that's probably the most important part about the business. And then like getting an inventory and keeping units on. In your shop or in your garage or wherever you're going to have those units, that's an important part of the business as well. And so keep an inventory has to buy. So I'd say once a month is like, I'm going to scrap a ton of units, I'm going to pull parts out of them, keep them, and then just try to buy a bunch of inventory as much as I can, for that month. And then repair and test it, maintenance, that kind of thing. So we spend 10, 15, 20 hours a week. Now I have 150 customers, but we spend hours a week testing units, getting new customers ready. If you've seen my videos before, I try to install 20 sets a month at least, and so my goal is 20. Now I usually get about 26 to 28 new customers every month, but to get those, you got to make sure your units are good. You want to test them. You want to make sure that they're working, and when you install them, you're not going to look crazy when they don't work. Although you can test them and they still might not work, but that's just part of it. That's the fun. And then just customers text and call. You're going to have that work phone, or I say work phone. You might have your personal phone. That's something about me. I like to separate work from personal. So right now I'm in a hotel talking with you, but my work phone is upstairs in my room. I don't have it right now. We're eating dinner, and so I keep it up there. And then customers are going to text and call you, and so I know when I go up to our room, I'm going to have to look at the phone just for a minute or two and answer anybody's questions, or if they have a problem, try to work with them and see if it's something you can fix over the phone. If it's not, then schedule a day to go look at it. So that's the stuff that it's not passive. Okay, so those are the reasons why I would say it's not passive. The good thing is people are paying you every single month, and you don't have to go there every single month. That's the passive side of this. And so I don't know if is the goal passive. I don't think so. It would be more like leverage, or you do the work once and then they keep paying you. I think that's probably the main. You buy the machine one time, you repair it, you clean it, you deliver it, and you install it, and then hopefully that same machine gets rented for months after months after months. And so I was actually talking to a guy today that's going to be getting in this rental business, and I told him about this customer that recently she paid 6 months in advance. So I was like, what? You want to pay early? Normally I'm like, someone's like, can I pay you in a few days? I didn't get paid. This girl was like, can I go ahead and pay you 6 months in advance? And I was like, absolutely, you can. And so, but one installation, you install it one time, and that can create months or even years of revenue. And that is what, quote unquote, would be passive. That's the real value. And so, things that make it automatic, things that make it a little more passive, is like the automatic payments. They come out, that's why I tell people, it's just like Netflix, comes out of your account every month, and you can use it whenever you want. And so you don't have to chase every customer with cash. Now, do you have to chase money? This is probably a whole nother video, but I'll go ahead and say it. Yes, you do have to chase money. Any business like this, any kind of contractor business, anytime you have a service, if it's not like a store where you grab something, you pay it, you get it, this, you're just giving somebody hoping there's money on the card. So sometimes you do have to chase money. Um, that's just part of a business. Many business, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of businesses you start, you're going to chase money sometimes. So that's part of it. Buying the right machines reduces the service calls. So get a newer machine, have someone make sure it works right, or you find a machine that you like, that um, you're familiar with, you know how to fix them, or you're going to learn about it. Buying the right machines reduces the service calls. Okay, now that doesn't mean only buy the big expensive brands. I'm not even going to name them, but it means you buy the machines that you're comfortable with. You know, if you see, you hear, you smell a problem, you're going to know how to fix it, and it's going to be easy. Okay, learn how to fix certain machines. um, and then what else do I want to talk about? So then, just going off the passive, the peace of mind for me and Jenna is that we can put the phone down and we can go hang out with family. And then, we can install, like for us, if I'm going to fix something, I tell customers it'll be 1 to 2 business days. So if someone calls me tonight, or while we just had dinner, while I had dinner, and I'm going to go up to our hotel room, if someone calls me and says, my washer's not running, can you come as soon as possible? Yes, I can. I will be there in 1 to 2 business days. And so it is Saturday, so I would be there on Monday, or I would be there on Tuesday. If it was Monday, then I would be there on Tuesday or Wednesday. So that part, it's really passive. When I figured out to run this more as a business than either a side hustle or even like a family owned, maybe sounds like you're going to be open 24 hours, 24/7. It doesn't have to be like that. You can set this up as a real business where you have real business hours. And so that's a big part of the quote unquote passive, you know, this being a passive business, if you will, even though I don't like using passive. Um, what do you think, Jenna? Do you think this business is passive? Do you think this business has given us more freedom or made us busier? Let me, your full take.
It has made us busier, but there is a different sense of freedom. Like, we don't have to be in the corporate world and
It's true.
to
Yeah.
a corporate boss, telling us what to do and where we need to be and how we need to be and where
Yeah.
we need to do it. And then, like, on vacations, we're always doing the business thing, but it's like at our discretion, but it's exciting because it's building our future. And for us, it's not like we're working for another company and having to still answer calls and questions while we're on vacation, because there are some jobs like that and they're working for somebody else. Well, we're working for ourselves and building, our future. And
That's a
so it's
good.
exciting. It's better. It's more, I'm okay with answering messages and,
Yeah. Yeah. As far as freedom, I don't think I've ever worked a job and had this kind of freedom that I have now. And so, working for, everybody wants to work for themselves. And, I see TikToks or shorts or whatever videos, and it's always like, I started a business and now I'm working more than I ever have, and that's true. But I count that as like laying in bed and talking about the business. That's us working for the business. But there just is some freedom to this. And although, is it passive? No. But is it passive? Okay, yes, maybe so. And so I hope you got something out of this. It just was a video that I know people are always asking me. And, is it passive? Is this true? Are they all lying to me? So I think kind of this business is passive. It's more passive than a lot of businesses, but there's definitely work involved. You're definitely working. You're definitely figuring out new ways to get your costs down, or get your profits up, and that's just part of business, is solving problems. And so I think that if you can figure out that, you can figure out how to solve those problems when they come up. If you're a problem solver already, then I think this business will work for you. And so um, we're just still going 20 or more a month, and so getting that goal to 1,000. There's 1.2 million people in one of the towns I live in, and I just want 1,000 of the customers. So how hard can that be? Anyways, like I said, if you watched this far, thank you all. I really appreciate it. I'll put my email in the description. Feel free to email me. We can get on a Zoom call, and I can walk you through. I'll show you. I mean, you tell me, you say, I really want to see how you do this, and I'll say, okay, let's do it. And we'll just show you. I'll show you exactly how I built the business. And so, anyways, God bless y'all. We'll see you in the next one.